Hey guys, and welcome to my video review for Transformers Animated Leader Class Megatron. Currently this guy is the favorite Megatron mold that I own. Hopefully Takara does come out with a updated Masterpiece Megatron in the same size scale as MP10, we can hope. My second favorite Megatron that I currently own would be the War for Cybertron Megatron, but this guy does beat him out a little bit. I guess maybe because of his relative size and just I really like the overall look of him. Anyway, but here's coincidentally, his vehicle mode I just find to be kind of okay. It's not the main attraction, but I'm going to go ahead and go over it because, you know, it's decent. In vehicle mode, he's obviously some sort of a futuristic helicopter, and he does several things in vehicle mode. His propellers can spin, and all you got to do is just reach out and touch any of the 4 points, and they actually, that one is slightly off center, and they both will spin because they're linked, so they both spin at the same time. He can make a noise. You press the Decepticon logo on his chest. Just make some helicopter noises, and he can fire his weapon. He does the same in robot mode, obviously. I'll go ahead and just give you the 360 view of this guy. Overall, it's a decent vehicle mode, but it's obviously not primarily how I display them. And just for size comparison, I'm going to go ahead and grab a Masterpiece Thundercracker. That way you can get an idea of what you're dealing with here. And he is kind of similar in size to him. But obviously they're completely different vehicle modes, but at least gives you an idea of the size. Anyway, that's pretty much going to wrap up his vehicle mode. I will be back in a flash with robot mode. Hey guys, welcome to part 2 robot mode. Here we got animated leader Megatron in his robot mode. And we'll just start off with some size comparisons. I'm going to go ahead and start off with Ultra Magnus, leader class from the same line. And as you can see, he's just a little bit shorter than Ultra Magnus, but he scales pretty well with him. More recent figures, so you get an idea of his relative scale if you don't have Ultra Magnus. Here's first edition Optimus Prime next to him. As you can see, he towers over him. And just for a little bit of fun, here he is next to MP10, and no, maybe he's half an inch shorter than MP10, maybe an inch, something like that. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the figure himself. He's got pretty good posability. Oh. He's got, well, his feet don't do a lot, but he bends at the knees, got a ratchet joint there. He can go forward and back on his leg, in and out. Does not rotate at the top of his leg, doesn't he? Oh, he's got some waist rotation. Wrist rotation. Bends at the elbow. Rotates at the bicep. And if you do his wings right, you can do 360 around with his shoulders. His head turns. Can't really look up and down. But he does have a feature. He can, he lights up and he makes noises. He does 3 different things. He does... Crush the Autobots. That was crush the Autobots. A laugh. Where is the Allspark? And where is the Allspark? That's all he says. As far as his accessories go, I really like the way they utilize them in this mode. Here is obviously the gun from the bottom of the helicopter, and of course that becomes his fusion cannon. Just mounts on his arm, just like that. And his helicopter blades, of course, become swords. And all you gotta do to make that happen is you just fold one end in, or in this case both ends, because I folded the wrong end in. Just fold both ends in, fold the hilt out, and now he's got a sword. And of course you do the same thing with the other side. And he can actually hold his swords in robot mode just fine. They just plug right in there. And that's pretty much it. Now, I really like the way this guy looks, because to me he is a great homage to G1 Megatron. He looks a lot like him. Obviously there's a lot of differences, but if you really look closely, you can see the way the legs are designed is kind of similar. The stomach piece, some of the chest detailing, I mean, and his head is obviously inspired by G1 Megatron. I mean, he is a great looking mold. I really like this guy, and he's real easy to pose. I mean, you can do a classic, I'm gonna blast you with my fusion cannon thing and have him lift the sword up. He's real easy to pose, and overall this guy's a great figure. I'm not sure exactly what he's going for on eBay right now, but if you can find him for a reasonable price, I'd recommend you pick him up. He's definitely worthwhile. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I will see you next time.